Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be going over the PC Engine compared to the arcade ports and how well it did. And well, let's just basically have a look. Now, the PC Engine came up with many fantastic arcade ports. There was loads out there to choose from, and we're going to take a look and compare them side by side to find out exactly just how they hold up. So let's have a look. So first up, we've got Salamander, also known as Life Force. Now, the arcade was a great version indeed, and the PC Engine does hold up pretty well. As you can see with the background does look pretty good, and the actual foreground with the rocks around it looks very good indeed. The main sprite, close indeed, yes. And a lot of the enemies are all in there indeed. Now, you will find that this one is, it's not full screen, so it can scroll up or scroll down. And but it runs pretty smooth, and this is a very close port, almost near arcade perfect. Now let's just have a listen to the sound and see how they sound together. Next up, we have got Ninja Spirit. Now, Ninja Spirit was by IRM in the arcade, and the PC Engine was known for doing pretty close conversions to the arcade for IRM ports. And this one, as you can see there, is slightly larger compared to the arcade. You've not got the icons at the bottom, but sprite for sprite, if you look at your main character now, it does look pretty close indeed. And there's still a lot going off in the PC Engine on the screen compared to the arcade version. It holds up very well. Backgrounds do pretty well, although the very foreground, you can see it's not as good with the wood compared to the PC Engine version. Now, the main sprite itself, like I say, does hold up very well, and the actual characters or the baddies in there as well do look pretty close. Now, let's have a listen to sounds side by side and see how it holds up. Next up, we have got Sidearms. Now, Sidearms was ported to many versions, but I will go out here and say that I think personally the Sidearms for the PC Engine is probably the best home port. Now, as you can see with the background, it just literally looks very close indeed. You've got your main sprites, and that holds up really well. The bad guys do come across pretty much perfect, should we say. You've got all your power-ups. The only difference with this one is for you to actually select your power-up, you had to pause the game to choose a different weapon and then unpause it again. Apart from that, you're talking very close indeed, near pixel perfect. So let's have a listen to the sound side by side and see how that sounds. Okay, next up we have Wonder Boy in Monsterland, or for the PC Engine, Bikuriman World. Now, as you can see, this looks near perfect. Okay, there is slight differences. In your shops, you've got the characters from Bikuriman World, and they've changed them over. And your main sprite has a crown compared to Wonder Boy with his blonde hair. Now, I'm going to go out and say this. For me personally, this is the best home conversion of Wonder Boy Monsterland. Okay, they named it Bikuriman World, but as you can see, the ground itself looks almost near arcade perfect. Slightly out on resolution. In fact, they've done it this way to make it look good. And the main character itself, once again, so close indeed. Now, they have changed the bosses over, whereas you've got the ghost in level 1 on Wonder Boy in Monsterland, but you've got, once again, another character out of Bikuriman World. Now, let's have a listen to them side by side to see how they sound together. So next up we have got Pacland. Now, many versions came out of Pacland. It came to the computers, came to several different versions. But for the PC Engine, once again, I'm going to have to say that I find this one is probably the best conversion. Okay, the main sprite, if you look, his nose is quite large compared to the arcade version. Why they did that, I don't know. And the background, the floor is kind of orange compared to a darker orangey pinky maybe, and the houses have changed colour, but that doesn't affect the gameplay, and this is, I would say, near arcade perfect. I found this one to be so close, and when you're playing it, it gives you that arcade feel. Look at the houses. The actual background is dark blue compared to light blue with the arcade. Apart from that, it's all there. So let's have a listen to them side by side to see how they sound. And last up, we have R-Type. Now, this was known for being probably the best conversion ever for the PC Engine compared to the arcade. Now, as you can see, very close indeed. Is it pixel perfect? I probably say yes. Smooth scrolling for both. And as you can see, the ground is literally pretty much the same. I can't tell you the difference. Now, the actual thing with the PC Engine is, once again, it does scroll up and down to fit the whole game in, or the whole screen in. But this was such a quality title. Your main sprite itself, it does look very close indeed. In fact, if you can see a difference, please let me know. And then the backgrounds itself, as you can see, they appear in slightly out, slightly different color, but all your power-ups are pretty much accurate, and your sprites itself, or the baddies, they're all there, and they're all very close and very accurate indeed. Now, this one is such a good version. It's one of my favorites. So, guys, let's listen to them side by side to see how they sound. So guys, there you have it. A couple of arcade ports, PC Engine compared to the arcade. How did it hold up? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think. I personally think they did very well indeed, and the PC Engine, I've said it before, I'll say it again, a very, very underestimated console indeed. So guys, let me know your thoughts. Leave a like, leave a comment down below. Let me know your ideas or what you think was some great arcade conversions to the PC Engine. And I'll say thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.